Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a vlog. I have not done one of these in a very long time. I am currently on my way to get lunch with my puppy, and so we took the truck today. Today's a truck day, if the truck allows it to be. It does not allow it to be. Okay. How about we do that? We'll see if it does. That's what I thought. Okay. So basically, this is a Dodge Ram 2500 four-wheel drive truck. And it is a very large truck, but it does its job. Currently, I'm in four-wheel because it got stuck and started sliding. Now, at the end of my driveway, what I have to do is I'm going to turn off four-wheel so that way on the road we don't waste as much gas. That's a big thing with this truck is gas is crazy pricey at the moment, and this truck wastes gas pretty much every day of its life. So basically what today's plan is, we're going to head to Dunkin'. We are going to get ourselves something to eat and everything else with Luna, who is my puppy, who's sitting next to me in the truck. We are going to then get my brother his lunch. We're going to get some Subway for ourselves. Dunkin' is for the drink. And maybe a couple donuts, we'll see. And then we'll head back. You know, give my brother his lunch, get in the garage, and eat. I'm not eating on camera, I'm just telling, you guys what the deal is for today's morning. This is not a normal morning because I haven't started this in a while. I haven't just started doing this type of stuff. I just got my license around 3 to 4 days ago, but I've been driving since I was a young kid in large vehicles and ATVs and working and everything else, so I know already how to drive a vehicle like this. So basically, I want a little bit of a story time here. Around 3 to 4 days ago, I was at home in Middletown, which if you live in my area, you know where that is. I will not say where it actually is, other than Middletown. And basically, we're in the store, and out the corner of my eye, I spot 3 different people. A female, a male, and another male. Now, there's one male in this situation that was extremely on whatever drugs, drunk, whatever else the condition was. And there was a very big, heavy-set guy there as well, who was trying to, I don't know, he was on something as well. He was clearly on the same thing, but he was able to control himself more than the other person was. And the female was obviously doing crack cocaine. That was an obvious thing that they did before they got in that store. And this store is very, very expensive store with a lot of expensive items. So this place is extremely breakable. There's a lot of glass in the store. There's a lot of ability to break the entire store. And we have 3 different people here that can break stuff without even having or meaning to break anything. Now, this one guy, the extremely intoxicated one, he broke a total of 3 different things, all around $100. And he also broke a statue that's worth $300 in the store. And you're walking around the store. You're on the opposite side of the store. Just imagine this. You're on the opposite side of the store, and you hear a smash of glass, and you just hear just scream cursing from the intoxicated guy and from the other male yelling at him about what he just did. You're just on the other side of the store. The store is silent. It's a huge store. It's silent. The music is there, but it's just nice and quiet. It may be turned all the way up, but it's quiet because the place is too big. And they don't have loudspeakers. And another thing about this store is they do not have security for these kind of things. Why a store like that with so many pricey items like that would not have security, I don't even know. But they just don't have security there. And so they're doing their stuff at the register now because the female wanted to buy stuff from the store. So the stuff that she actually didn't manage to break, she bought. And, you know, they weren't going to tell the person that, oh, they broke a few things, even though it's silent and you could hear every single thing that they broke and saw everything that they broke, every single aisle they went through. So you can hear it and see it, and yet they won't say anything. And so they're at the cash register for 30 minutes with a young woman behind the desk. Now, on the other side, there's another cashier who's a male. He did absolutely nothing about the situation, including he did not call the police on these men and the female. And they broke so many items in the store. And I told him that they broke stuff, and he didn't really, he was like, oh well, you know, and he just like, oh no, we didn't call the cops yet. And then another male comes out as well, and this guy's older too. They're both older males, but they're both, you know, set enough to kick these guys out, and they just don't do it. And so these guys are talking all this shit, and they're just like, you know, they're yelling curse words throughout the whole store. And so you just hear it constantly. And behind me in the line is a kid, a young kid around the age of 3 years old with a Muslim family. Now, if that was my kid in a store like that, I'm taking my husband, or me is taking that kid out of the store. We are not having any of that. But instead, these people let their kid walk around without any parent supervision with a person like that in the store. And the guy came back in the store. He left the store. They were going to leave and get in their vehicle, whatever else, which was also not a good thing. And, you know, I'm just standing there in line like, I really don't know what to do at this point. Calling the cops might get me in trouble, mainly because of the fact that they came back in. If I was on the phone with the cops when they came back in, you know, it could have been a whole issue. So now that's something that could have been an issue. So I'm sitting online, and both of the guys come back in the store. The female's the one that's driving the vehicle. So they come back in the store, and the guy has the statue worth $300 in his hand. It's a smaller statue. I don't really know, you know, what it was supposed to be. Oh shit, that scared the fuck out of me. But I'm not sure what the thing was supposed to be, but it was supposed to be a statue of like a lion, like a human lion, kind of like an Indian god or something around those lines, Greek maybe. And basically, he brought it back in. He went to go put it down. Obviously, he can't even walk on his own 2 feet. So when he goes to put it down, he just slams it against the desk. And then he comes walking towards me and the kid next to me. And I grabbed their kid, like, away from them. I didn't get yelled at for that. They actually thanked me for that. But I grabbed their kid and picked him up. And the guy came walking past. He smashed... He obviously doesn't have control over himself. He smashed the bottle, or not the bottle, the statue against a wooden pot, like a little wooden pillar next to me, and it broke at my feet. And he continues to walk past. Now the other guy is just apologizing to everybody, like, I'm so sorry that we offended you or anything like that. And you already know that that's not a good sign, and they know that the police are gonna get called. You already know that. They're just hoping that, you know, by saying those kind of things that nothing will come of it. But obviously it did, because I'm the one that called the police. Now, here's the thing about this whole ordeal, was that during this whole thing, he also went alone. He went back in the store alone, and the guy followed him in, and he just took off. No one knew where he was. So this guy, completely intoxicated, whatever the case was with him, I actually don't know, but whatever the case was with him, he actually was in the store alone. A store worth more than $1 million this guy was alone in. And no one was doing anything except for me. Now, the big thing about that to me is that, you know, they just didn't care enough to take care of the situation, which is not a good sign. If you don't have security in a store like that, with this situation, you should now have security in this store. Because now you realize that it's not just going to be 50-year-old women or whoever you think will come in that store. It can be people like this walk in, and now you don't have security, and you're not able to call the police because you do not have a button on the bottom to call them with. So, anyways, back to what happened. At the end of this, I headed out of the store, and I go to my vehicle, and I called the police. I told the description and everything like that, and as soon as these guys, this is the luckiest thing I think I've ever seen, as soon as these guys walk out of the store, the police show up. The police show up at the place immediately, pretty much immediately, so thank you for doing your job. Showed up at the store pretty much immediately. Probably they got another call, you know, because there was another woman that was like, I'm going to call the police as well. But, yeah, so they showed up. The guys are walking out of the store when they show up. So immediately they know exactly who the people are. Now, you know, we're still on the phone with the police officer, and then we tell him, you know, that they're there and there's no reason for us to be on the, you know, phone anymore. And, you know, he's like, go talk to them. But the thing was is that if he doesn't get them, you have to go talk to them and tell them, you know, exactly what vehicle they were in and everything else like that. And so I was getting out and I saw that they got him. I'm actually very lucky that they got him, because me walking out there with no weapon, when I always carry a weapon on me, there's one in this truck. If I walk out there with no weapon to two guys who are massive, I get that there's police there. I get that. But you never know if they get released. They will always remember your face. People in jail have nothing to do but time. They will remember your face, and they will find you. No matter, like, however they find you, they will find a way to find you. They will hire people, whatever the case may be. You never know. So going and talking when you know that they're going to get arrested, when you go to talk to the police like that, I don't suggest it unless they didn't find them. Or, you know, they seem to be lost or something like that. If you know that they're still there and they have them in their custody, do not come walking up to them and things like that. It is not a safe thing. I know that there's cops there, but you never know through jail what they could be thinking, and they know a face. Now they have your face on their radar. So you have to always be careful of that issue. But yeah, that's one story. I have another one for when I'm driving to go pick up my brother's stuff. It's a lot shorter than this one, but I currently have made it to Dunkin'. So it's gonna be a good day. We're starting out with some Dunkin' and some crazy ass stories. Alright, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'll talk to you guys later, probably in the next few minutes, and see ya.